Lindsey, what's going on?
Surprisingly, around Middle Tennessee, Davidson County, it's pretty quiet on the roads right now. It is just wet. So if you do plan on passing over a bridge or overpass, treat it like it could be slick. But as for right now, I'm just seeing wet roads across the board. Here's a live look on the north side of town for you, I-24 at I-65. And then here's a live shot from Mobile 4 driving around looking for anything that could impact your morning commute. Right now, he's on the west side of town near Briley Parkway and Centennial Boulevard. TDOT did put out a little advisory in this area for our southbound lanes just to take it slow there. Allot yourself extra minutes if you are planning on passing through Briley Parkway. And again, some of those ramps and overpasses. Accident-wise, we have a few working crashes around downtown Nashville and in Green Hills. I'll map it all out for you and get you around the delays next.
All right, sounds good.
On the roads here around Davidson County and Nashville. Mobile 4 is live for you towards northwest Nashville, looking for anything that could impact your morning commute. Right now, he's driving along Briley Parkway, heading towards the north, I-65 and I-24. Here's a live look at the interstate if you're coming in from around Pleasant View. Again, interstates around downtown Nashville right now are just wet. All of that pink shading you see coming in from around Clarksville and Ashland City, even west of us, Waverly, that's where I'm going to be really watching those road conditions closely for the potential of ice and slick spots, especially along those bridges and overpasses. Accident-wise, we're still pretty quiet right now. Nothing working on your interstates right now, just a secondary. That's going to be on Richard Jones Road near Hillsborough Pike. No injuries reported on this accident. We'll take a live look on the roads in this area, and I'll have your latest drive times next.
All right, we'll see you soon.
Vantage point, it looks like we are just dealing with some of that rain coming down around Middle Tennessee. Here's a live look from the northeast side of town. He's along Briley Parkway heading towards Opry Mills. Just driving around looking for anything that could slow you down or any of those dicey spots for you this morning. And then here's a live look towards the west side of town, I-40 right in Bellevue. We do have our first accident of the morning on the interstates, and boy is it a big one. This is out in Hickman County. It was an inbound crash on I-40 East in between State Route 50 and State Route 30, and right now both directions of the interstate in this area are closed. From what I can see, all the traffic is being detoured towards State Route 50, so it's pretty slow going, especially heading inbound, but you can hop on State Route 70 just north of that, or Highway 70, to get around some of those delays. I know it's not the most convenient detour, but that's going to be your best bet heading to or from Nashville. I would keep a close eye on I-40 all morning long too. That is where I'm noticing some of that radar showing some ice on the interstate there. 16 minutes right now heading out the door from Hendersonville, 44 from Dixon, 44 minutes from Clarksville on I-24 East. Coming up next, I'll draw up some detours to get you around that Hickman County crash, and we'll take another live check into the roads. All right, Nashville road conditions are slick in this area, and we already have some accidents popping up around Fessler's Lane. I'll make sure to get you around the delays and to work on time next. Right now around downtown Nashville, roads just look wet across the board. So wherever you're waking up from, just prepare to leave your house early. Take it slow over those bridges and overpasses. Our team coverage continues for you right now. Here's a live look from Mobile 4. He's around South Nashville right now along Briley Parkway, passing over some of those bridges and overpasses, just looking for slick spots. And of course, you'll be the first to know if we do see something pop up. Here in southeast Nashville, one working crash on I-40 heading westbound right at that Fessler's Lane and Hermitage Avenue exit. Traffic is starting to slow down a little bit in this downtown loop. No need for a detour just yet. It's pushed off to that left inside shoulder. No clear time posted from TDOT just yet, but of course I'll let you know as I see that coming through. We have a major issue out in Hickman County on I-40. The interstate is closed down in both directions. I'll map it all out for you and get you around the delays next.
All right, we'll see you soon. We want to show you a
now coming in from around the Berry Hill area on Woodmont Boulevard. All we've been seeing on the roads around downtown is just that rain and some ponding coming through. So you're definitely going to want to leave your house early no matter where you're waking up. In southeast Nashville, still watching this single car crash on I-40 heading inbound near Fessler's Lane. Looks like we have the TDOT truck pulling away, trying to get that tow truck off the scene as we speak. It is a little bit slow going heading inbound though, so just leave your house early if you are planning on taking I-40 west or exit 212 through downtown Nashville. We do have one weather report from TDOT just to take it slow right around Briley Parkway heading south at Centennial Boulevard or exit 226. We did just get some new information from TDOT too. They're reporting road temperatures north of I-40 between 29 and 35. So that's where we're going to be watching those slick spots all morning long. We'll take a few other live looks on the road and I'll have your latest drive times next. Haven't noticed too many slick spots on our interstates, but still play it safe, especially if you're passing over bridges or overpasses. Mobile 4 is live on the roads for you right now in West Nashville along White Bridge Pike. Be on the lookout for some ponding and slick spots on the roads in those areas too. Some good news coming in from downtown Nashville. Our I-40 West at Fessler's Lane accident has just cleared up. And we have a new update from TDOT for you. They just reported a few minutes ago that north of I-40 right now, road temperatures are anywhere between 31 and 35 degrees. So take it easy in some of those spots, especially where you're going to notice that pink shading all morning long. South of I-40, not having to worry about it quite as much just yet. We're above 35. When our road temperatures hit 32, that's when we could run into some of those slick spots. We have this multi-car crash right now in Hickman County, closing down a portion of the interstate. I'll take you live on the roads there and get you around the delays just ahead. Cars to see in downtown right now, it's just wet on the roads. Now, don't get me wrong, that could lend to some accidents, but right now not noticing any ice. But as Dan said, do take it slow, play it safe on those bridges and overpasses. Mobile 4 is live on the roads right now, working for you in South Nashville on I-65, looking for anything that could impact your morning commute. And then here's a live look closer into downtown Nashville. You can see that damp spots and some ponding on I-40 near Fessler's Lane. We did have a notice from TDOT asking you to take it slow in one area in particular. That's going to be along Briley Parkway heading south near Centennial Boulevard. So basically, Briley Parkway as a whole is going to be a problem spot when we do have icy conditions maybe coming through later on this morning. We also have road temperature reports from TDOT. They're keeping a close eye on that for you this morning, and we are too. North of I-40 right now, we're looking at 31 to 35 degrees, so right around that freezing mark. And then south of I-40, looks like just rain, 35 and plus, but we'll keep a close eye on that for you too. Then down in Hickman County, we have a pretty big accident right now on I-40 East, closing down the interstate between TN50 and 230. Alternates for you there are going to be Highway 70 or Highway 100 if you are heading inbound. Outbound commuters, prepare for some slick spots on the interstate around Lobelville and some of those delays until we get it fully cleared up and out of the way. Coming up next, we'll take another live look for you downtown, and I'll have your latest drive times.
All right, Lindsay. Hey, parents.
Just depends where you're waking up. So around downtown Nashville, Middle Tennessee right now, yes, roads are wet across the board, but just play it safe. Treat it as if it could be slick, especially if you're passing over those bridges and overpasses. One new accident in South Nashville right now, Old Hickory Boulevard at Pettis Road. And then our other big issue is going to be out in Dixon County. I-40 is going to be a huge interstate that I'm watching today for some of those slick conditions. This is an inbound crash right now, closing those eastbound lanes or inbound lanes right in between TN50 and State Route 230. Alternates for you, you can hop onto Highway 70 or Highway 100 to avoid those delays. Drive times across the board are still in pretty good shape though. 14 minutes heading in from Hendersonville, 21 minutes out of Lebanon, 43 from Dixon, and 44 minutes from Clarksville on I-24 East. Holly, coming up next, we'll head towards downtown Nashville. I have one accident that's starting to clear up right now, but we'll get you around those delays just ahead.
All right, Lindsay. Wow, I was even hitting some ponding spots on my way in, Lindsay.
We do have heavy rain coming down right now on the roads in some areas, but as for downtown Nashville, it's just wet. If you're driving around bridges and overpasses, treat it as if it could be slick, but I'm not seeing any major issues around downtown right now. One secondary crash in South Nashville, that's Old Hickory Boulevard at Pettis Road. No injuries reported on that accident. It looks like it's off on a secondary close to a neighborhood. One area we're going to be watching very closely for you is going to be I-40 west of us, northwest of us. In Hickman County right now, we do have a portion of I-40 East completely closed down. That's in between TN50 and State Route 230. Alternates for you around the delays are going to be Highway 70 or Highway 100, and allot yourself a few extra minutes heading out the door. That pink and purple overlay you're going to be seeing on my road weather index map is indicating some of those places we will be watching for some patchy ice or slick spots. Waking up and heading out the door from Spring Hill, 31 minutes on your commute, 10 minutes out of Laverne on I-24 West, and 22 minutes on White House on I-65 South. Holly, coming up next, we'll take a live look on I-40 at Fessler's Lane. We have one accident clearing up right now. All the latest clear time from TDOT next.
You know you're on top of it. All right, Lindsay, still
downtown, it is just wet, damp, sloppy rain on all of our interstates across the board. Here's a live look from Mobile 4 for you on the north side of town. He's heading up I-65 towards that merge with I-24. It looks like a lot of people are actually heeding to these cautions we've been giving you. Not too many people out on the roads for you right now. Here's a wide view of what we're dealing dealing with on the road weather index map. All of that pink and purple shading you see is where we're going to keep a close eye for the potential of ice later on. So take it slow, as Dan said, especially on those bridges and overpasses. Heavier rain coming up from Columbia on I-65 north right now. So no matter where you're waking up, just leave your house early and take it slow. Leave that extra distance between you and the car in front of you. Over in West Nashville, TDOT said just to watch out for some slick conditions along Briley Parkway, especially along that Centennial Boulevard. That is exit 26. And then in South Nashville, one working crash for us right now. That's Old Hickory Boulevard at Pettis Road. Nothing impacting your interstates. 24 minutes coming in from Franklin, 26 out of Murfreesboro, about 15 minutes from Bellevue, and 24 minutes from Gallatin on I-65 South. Coming up next, Holly, we'll take a live look at those road temperatures, and I'll track some more areas that I'm watching to make sure we don't have some of those icy conditions slow you down.
All right, heads out there. Any problems right now?
Right now, Middle Tennessee drivers doing a great job playing it safe. Here's a live look for you right now from Mobile 4, coming in from Jolton on I-24 East, heading inbound. And then here's a different vantage point for you, what it will look like once you get towards that usually really busy merge with I-65. Slowest spot on the maps right now is going to be one of our biggest crash sites as well, I-40 near Fessler's Lane. We did have one earlier accident on I-40 heading inbound. That has since cleared up. Here's a wide view of what we're dealing with on the roads with our road weather index map. Take it easy, especially if your county is in one of these purple or pink highlighted zones. That is where we're going to be watching for the potential of ice or some freezing on the roads later on. As for right now, no major issues to tell you about in downtown. It's just wet. So take it slow, especially along those bridges or overpasses. One accident working for you in South Nashville, Old Hickory Boulevard at Pettis Road. No injuries reported. And take a look at this. Interstates right now have cleared up. We are accident free, but there is some ponding, some reports of ponding in some areas, especially along those really popular merges and intersections. Waking up right now and heading out the door from Spring Hill, about 31 minutes on your commute. 16 minutes coming in from Mount Juliet on I-40, 11 minutes from Laverne, and 23 minutes from White House on I-65 South. Coming up next, I'll pinpoint a few spots that I'm tracking for the potential of ice around downtown Nashville, Holly, and we'll make sure to draw up some detours to get people around those delays. Always being helpful. All right, what are we shaping up on the roads? My goodness, Holly, yeah. This just came into the newsroom as I was walking up on air. Here's a live look for you right now in North Nashville. We're following breaking news as it looks like a multi-car crash and a vehicle fire are completely closing those northbound lanes of I-65 near Briley Parkway and Due West Avenue. So a major heads up if you're in downtown Nashville right now, planning on heading up towards Hendersonville, Sumner County, even Southern Kentucky. That's what we're dealing with on the interstates. Barely got it squeezed in on the maps in time, but here's what the delays look like already and the exact location for you. Again, that's I-65 north, heavy delays at Due West Avenue, and I do anticipate TDOT to start detouring everyone. So just do yourself a solid. Go ahead and hop on to Gallatin Pike or one of those secondaries to get around those delays. We'll stay on top of this breaking news for you, and I'll make sure to draw that all up and hopefully get that estimated clear time from TDOT, Holly. All right, we know you're on top. And right now we're following breaking news for you that Ryan was just talking to out of Madison as a car fire and multi-car crash has closed all lanes of I-65 north around Due West Avenue. Stay with us. I'll make sure to get you around those delays and have the latest clear time next. My goodness, we're checking in with Lindsey. So I-65, we're closed, headed north right now. We are completely closed down. So come to your TV screen right now if you live in Madison or if your commute involves going towards Sumner County, Hendersonville, even Southern Kentucky. A fiery crash with multiple vehicles and injuries reported right now is closing down all lanes of I-65 north, right in between Briley Parkway and Due West Avenue. And boy, take a look at these delays already starting to pick up as you're approaching Briley on the north side of town. Let's map it all out for you, show you exactly what we're dealing with on the interstate. So that red line is, yes, where we're completely closed, and a little bit of rubbernecking delays right now are being reported in our southbound lanes too. Here's what I would do if I were you. Just skip those delays. You're going to be detoured off the interstate early, so get an early heads up. Take Gallatin Pike or Dickerson Pike to avoid all of that backup. No clear time posted from TDOT yet. I do anticipate this accident is going to take over an hour, maybe 2 hours to completely clear up. 23 minutes right now heading out the door from Franklin, 26 from Murfreesboro, 16 out of Bellevue, and 26 minutes from Gallatin on I-65 South. Holly, coming up next, we'll take another live check-in on the roads. Hopefully these delays don't get too much worse, but if they do, I'll draw up some more detours to get everyone around that into work on time.
All right, you will have those alternates for you.
News for you right now, coming live out of Madison as a fiery crash closes down all lanes of northbound traffic on I-65 between Briley and Due West Avenue. I'll make sure to get you around the delays into work on time next.
Major problems, folks. If you're just waking up, Lindsey, big issues right now on I-65.
Yeah, Holly, we're continuing to follow that breaking news for you coming out of Madison right now. Here's what it looks like live on the roads as a fiery crash has completely closed down I-65 North near Briley Parkway. Now, we were recording that live on the feed, and man, take a look at these delays backing up on I-65 near Briley Parkway. Standstill traffic as you are approaching that Madison and Briley Parkway exit. Here's what it looks like if we break it down on the road weather index map. So that big red line you see is where we're completely closed. Again, I-65 northbound in between Due West Avenue and Briley Parkway. No clear time posted quite yet from TDOT, but by the looks of this accident, looks like we're going to be a few hours out from that. For alternates, you can hop onto Gallatin Pike or Dickerson Pike. Get ahead of the delays because you're going to be detoured off the interstate anyways. Holly, coming up next, I'll show you how all of this is impacting your drive times, and hopefully we can get that clear time for you shortly.
Yes, Lindsey, big problems on I-65.
Yeah, so come to your TV screen right now if you live around Madison or you're heading to work in Gallatin, Hendersonville, Sumner County. We have one far left lane now open of I-65 North near Briley, so minor improvements here, but I would still avoid the interstate as a whole because here's what you're going to get stuck behind as you are approaching Briley Parkway. Here's what it looks like on the live traffic flow maps right now. So standstill traffic as you are approaching Briley, and then again, that far left lane just reopened in the last 10 minutes. Detours for you are going to be Gallatin Pike or Dickerson Pike. You'll save yourself about 10 minutes each if you do that instead. And again, yes, it was raining all morning long, so roads are damp in those areas and possibly slick, icy conditions coming northwest. So definitely leave your house extra early than you usually would, especially with that weather coming through right now. Heading inbound from Hendersonville, your drive time has improved. You're looking at about 14 minutes on I-65 South. 20 minutes right now coming in from Lebanon, about 46 minutes from Dixon, and 44 minutes from Clarksville on I-24 East.
All right. Of course, thanks for watching this morning. We have more team coverage